most important thing cycling has taught me in life that nothing else could. How to genuinely collaborate with people. You're in an environment where you're sharing hotel rooms with people. You're crashing and getting hurt and being around these people. You're eating everything around these people. If you are not able to work together, it falls apart immediately. My name is Lily Williams. I am a professional cyclist and Olympic champion, and I race for human-powered health. I won't lie, I do what I do because I'm good at it, but also I love it. It's the glamorous side of sport. 70 grams of carbs today, so I have to weigh it. Nothing is good when you're training, you know? And I don't stop. I'm not one of those people who like stops at a cafe. Unfortunately, I want to get it done. Carbo this is 80 grams per 100. It's maltodextrin is like 1-to-1, so it's pretty easy. So if I do 70 grams an hour times 3.5, that's 245 grams of carbohydrate. And then I'll divide it by the ratio of carbohydrate and haribo, which is 0.8. And that means I need 300 grams of haribo. The World Mix is the best, like full stop. But things that's this texture are really hard to eat on the bike. So I usually go for the softer ones. Like the berries are so good. I think nutrition for me is like the biggest thing I've had to improve on. Just like how important the fueling is for your performance. If you don't get enough, you just can't do it. And I think for a long time I was not getting enough. Yeah, sport is huge in my family. My mom was a super successful athlete, speed skater and cyclist from a young age. For sure, when you hear constantly about your parents being athletes, you just like absorb that and assume that that's what you're gonna do too. Even though I wasn't cycling till much later, I also was a fan of the sport from a young age. So I got into track in 2019. My first year as a professional road cyclist was 2018. And the coach of the track program, Gary Sutton, basically just recruited me from the road. In 2020, I was on the team that won a world title in the team pursuit. So it happened really quickly. And then of course the Olympics got postponed and those happened in 21. And then, yeah, after the Tokyo Olympics, I started doing the other events other than the team pursuit. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's just like any job, to be honest. You do your best, you control the things that you can control, and you produce something, you know, it's your performance. The things that are different maybe from another job is that it is your whole life. Every moment of every day is your work. It can be a really unforgiving lifestyle, and I think if you're doing it for reasons that don't bring you fulfillment, then it's really easy to get spat out. Yeah, this whole ride I've just been thinking about how I measured my haribo wrong. So, say la vie. I wanted to move to France, honestly, because initially it was the easiest country to get a visa for. I feel like I kind of got lucky. Like, it's been an amazing place to live. They're nutty about cycling, and the quality of life is really high. Living here really reinforces a lot of my personal values about like how people should work together in a society, and it's super rewarding, and learning another language is really rewarding, and I think I'll for sure stay here when I'm done, if they let me.
Sorry, we gotta catch up. We gotta catch up,
Yeah,
okay?
I haven't seen him in a whole 12 hours. Yeah, winning the Olympics was like straight up the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. When we won Worlds in 2020 and then we're supposed to have the Olympics, I was expecting to win, which in retrospect was really naive. I really was disappointed with Tokyo, and I did so much work. And I went to the line in Paris 100% ready.
I decided that the result didn't matter because I felt like I'd done such a good job just to get there. We were there together as a team, but we for sure all had our own private goals. We each did 2 events. You know, Kristen won the road race as well. Jen won the Omnium. Chloe was 3rd in the time trial. Like, it was just one of those special moments that I don't assume I'll ever be able to replicate.
Favorite MCs, bronze or silver. These vibes here are golden, golden. Cards on the table, there's no folded. Spit bars at the club, zoning.
The women's peloton is evolving really fast. Like, domestic racing is here. 4 years ago, the European peloton was here. And now it's like out of the frame. All of a sudden, you can make a living doing this. A lot of people worked for a really long time to make this a viable career, and I think we're finally seeing the effects of that. When I started cycling, for sure, I was a professional, but I wasn't making money. You know, I had another job up through the Tokyo Olympics. To be able to just do this now is amazing, but it's also necessary. In the women's pro peloton, I think human-powered health is new. I was on the team for 2 years before it was Human Powered Health, and then in 2022 we became a Women's World Tour team. We're definitely in the points fight, but we have really improved. Teamwork is important, especially in cycling, because it's the only way anything happens. You know, you have 6 or 7 people, and the objective is just to get one of those people across the line in the highest position. You really have to be identifying values that motivate you all to work collectively.
Sometimes I just eat it.
It's a pretty low
You wanna
effort
try it?
dinner. I feel a little bit bad about
Snack
it.
pepper. Tastes like a pepper. I would say every other night we do a salad. And then some sort of pasta or rice. Actually, I would say we probably consume bread more than any other carbohydrate, just because it's so good here. Usually a protein, like steak or chicken or tofu. It's pretty easy to eat really well here. You just have to spend a lot of time going to the store.
I don't really care what other people think about my career. I think I am doing it for myself. I would hope that people see that maybe I'm really not the best athlete. Hope people have seen that I am very committed to making the best out of what I've been given. Smart and passionate about the sport. For me, the most important thing has been, as cliche as it is, just being true to myself. It requires so much of you, and so if you can really have a strong grasp on who you are as a person and what you value, then that's gonna set you up for the results you want.